Motivation is a lie. We wait for it. We pray for it. We think that one day we'll just wake up with an unshakable urge to conquer the world. But it doesn't work that way. Motivation is a feeling, and our feelings change with the weather. Discipline, however, is a framework. It is the quiet, steady engine that drives you forward when everything else tells you to stop. Today, we are unlocking that engine. We are looking at how to build true, lasting discipline, and how this single trait will ripple across every corner of your life. Whether you want to fix your finances, excel in your career, or finally get into the best shape of your life, the secret isn't a secret at all. It is a practice. Let's dive in. To understand how discipline actually works, we have to look at the science of human behavior. In his groundbreaking book, Atomic Habits, author James Clear introduces a concept that completely flips the traditional idea of willpower on its head. He argues that we do not rise to the level of our goals, we fall to the level of our systems. Think about that for a second. If your goal is to lose 20 pounds, but your system is a pantry full of junk food and a habit of staying up until 2 a.m. watching TV, the goal is useless. Discipline isn't about white-knuckling your way through temptation every single day. That is exhausting, and eventually, your willpower muscle will fatigue. True discipline is about designing a system that makes good choices easy and bad choices hard. It is about the atomic changes, the tiny, seemingly insignificant daily choices that compound over time. Clear writes about the 1% rule. If you get just 1% better each day for a year, you'll end up 37 times better by the end of it. That is the mathematics of discipline. It's small, it's slow, but it is absolutely unstoppable. So where does this system manifest first? Usually in our work, in the professional world, talent is common. Discipline is rare. When you apply a disciplined system to your career, you stop reacting to emergencies and start executing a plan. Imagine arriving at your desk every morning, knowing exactly what your top 3 priorities are. No scrolling, no checking emails for the first hour, just deep, focused work. This changes how people perceive you. You become reliable. You become the person who delivers, not just when inspiration strikes, but because it is Tuesday at 9 a.m. And that's what you do. This leads to promotions, better opportunities, and ultimately, professional freedom. Discipline in your career builds a reputation that money simply cannot buy. But a successful career means nothing if you don't have the energy to enjoy it. This brings us to area number 2, your health. This is where most people try to use motivation, and it's exactly why gym memberships spike in January and plummet by February. A disciplined approach to health ignores how you feel when the alarm goes off at 6 a.m. Going back to Atomic Habits, James Clear talks about identity-based habits. Instead of saying, I want to go to the gym to lose weight, a disciplined person says, I am an active person. An active person moves their body. It is part of who they are. When you shift your identity, discipline becomes a form of self-respect, not a punishment. You eat well because you value your energy. You sleep early because you respect your mind. The byproduct? A healthier body, a sharper brain, and a vibrant life. Now let's talk about something that causes immense stress for millions of people: money. Financial discipline is not about deprivation. It is about alignment. It is the discipline to say no to temporary impulses so you can say yes to long-term security. Every time you automate a savings transfer, every time you choose to invest rather than spend, you are practicing financial discipline. The peace of mind that comes from having an emergency fund, being debt-free, or watching your investments grow is vastly superior to the fleeting thrill of an impulse purchase. Discipline buys your future. Indulgence only buys a moment. Perhaps the most overlooked area influenced by discipline is our relationships and emotional well-being. We don't often connect the two. We think of relationships as purely emotional. But think about it. It takes discipline to listen when you want to interrupt. It takes discipline to stay calm when you are angry. It takes discipline to consistently show up for the people you love, even when you are tired. Furthermore, your internal state benefits immensely. Anxiety often thrives in chaos. When your life lacks structure, your mind feels cluttered. By implementing a disciplined routine, you provide your brain with a sense of safety and predictability. You create space for mental rest. You reduce the cognitive load of constantly making decisions because your habits are doing the heavy lifting for you. Discipline, paradoxically, creates the ultimate mental freedom. So, how do we build this? How do we take these concepts from Atomic Habits and apply them today? First, scale it down. Clear suggests the 2-minute rule. Whatever habit you are trying to build, scale it down to something that takes less than 2 minutes. Want to read more? Read 1 page. Want to exercise? Put on your shoes and do 3 push-ups. The goal is simply to master the art of showing up. A habit must be established before it can be improved. Second, optimize your environment. If you want to study, clear your desk and put your phone in another room. Design a space where doing the right thing is the path of least resistance. Third, track your progress. Don't break the chain. Use a simple calendar to mark off the days you successfully execute your system. Visual progress is incredibly reinforcing. There is a famous quote by Jocko Willink: "Discipline equals freedom." It sounds like a contradiction. We think of discipline as restrictive, like a cage. But look closer. The person who has no financial discipline is a slave to debt. The person who has no health discipline is a slave to sickness. The person who has no time discipline is constantly stressed, rushing to catch up. Discipline isn't a cage. It is the key. It gives you the power to shape your destiny, to become the author of your own story, rather than a character pushed around by circumstances. Start small. Focus on the system. Get 1% better today.